This team outplayed us 75% of that game. Did a hell of a job, and I came in here about 65 years ago with a guy named Miles Bridges, who was a hell of a player. But I lost 3 centers that year, and we were a very average team. And I think how they competed tonight and what they did. I just want to take my hat off to them, to Sanford. He's had a hell of a career. It was an honor and a privilege to have him in this league. And Franny better keep grinding it, because the guy can coach. Did a poor job the first half. I didn't think my team was ready to play. We kind of reverted back, and it hasn't happened much this year. But in my humble opinion, we tried to change our identity. And all of a sudden, we're going to be pretty boys and shoot 16 threes and a half, and this, that, and the other thing. We didn't guard anybody. They were killing us in every way, shape, and form. And did we wear them down a little bit? Maybe. We've done that to a lot of people. Did we just check a little better? Maybe. But we got outplayed a majority of that team, and yet I do give my team credit for having some character on the road to come back when it didn't seem like it was our night. And for that, I'm greatly appreciative. So it was a tough win. Final score was not indicative of the game. Boy, they did a hell of a job making some shots and back cutting and moving. I mean, that's the toughest offense to cover that I've covered all year. And we played Kansas and, Carolina and Memphis and all the Big Ten schools. Tough. So, questions, I'll take them.
Tom, I was wondering that the foul call against Trey, where it looked like it was a clean block, but from there, that was when you guys really took off. I think it was 18-2 run, and then it became like 33 to whatever it was. What was it? I guess what did you see in that spark that helped you guys to push?
I'll be honest with you. I don't blame them. I'm sick of us coaches. This verticality thing is tough. I mean, you talk to people on TV. It's a very difficult thing, and I'll just say that I wasn't pleased, but they went on a 20-2 run. So give them credit for what they did to us, and then we came back on a 30-something run, and we finally made some shots, but we didn't play very smart either. We did some things that, like I said, I felt we got a little selfish, a little full of ourselves, and I did not appreciate that. So I thought we got back to who we are and what we are, and I thought we played better the second half.
This is 9 out of 10 games that you guys have trailed going into the halftime and bounce back. And many of
Yeah,
those,
that sucks. It really does. I mean, I'm not real proud of that either, to be very honest with you. So I don't know why all the time, except, listen, if we thought we were coming in here because they've been struggling a little bit, that wasn't going to happen. We weren't coming in here and just, he's too good a coach, too good a players, too good a guys, too good a program. And so we knew it was going to be a dogfight, but we didn't think we would act like we acted. And so something's got to change. But in a lot of these games too, we're not playing. I mean, who in the hell said we were so good? Not me. We're good. But we have flaws, and the flaws are if we don't play at the level we need to play at on a defensive end, if we get out-rebounded the first half, if we take too many threes, Jace kept us in it, and we had some guys that just, you saw them driving by guys like we were statues. We ain't winning any more games, so, for me, am I happy we won the Big Ten? I'm ecstatic. I'll be ecstatic when I walk out of this building until I get to the plane, and then the George Perlis rules out the door because it's Michigan week, so we start preparing for them right away. But I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat and tell you I'm excited how we played just because we won, because that's not going to get me where I think we can go and need to go. And I said if we start shooting the ball better, we have a chance, as long as our defense continues to do what it did. Tonight we decided to exchange that, and so poor job on my part.
On the the stretch where you guys pulled away there in the second half, how much energy was Cohen giving everybody? You mentioned about the selfishness, but there was like selfless phase where he's getting blocks running the court. I mean, that seemed to kind of change the mojo of the team.
Changed my mojo, tell you that. And I'm glad you brought it up, because I think Cohen doesn't get enough credit for the little things he does. And the little things are blocking a shot here, running the lane there. Jeremy played pretty well too, you know. Trey came back and played better the second half. First half, we had one guy that played well, and that was Chase. And you know, our bigs were uncharacteristically poor, or I'd use a lot better word than that if this was HBO instead of Iowa Network. But we just didn't do what we needed to do, and the energy guys did. You know, Jace kept us in it. Jeremy started playing harder. Cohen started doing things off the ball, on the ball, running the court, getting dunks, getting offensive rebounds. Missed free throw, he gets an offensive rebound. I mean, as that kid's shot keeps coming, and it is getting better, he's going to be a hell of a player.
Tom, when you leave this building and you're able to enjoy for a minute the Big Ten title, I mean, this is something 11 months ago you said you were going to try to do or die trying, and you're still alive. And, you know,
Almost.
So
Almost.
I'm wondering, I mean, this
Challenge
is, I mean, obviously tonight's performance, these things are grinds over 3 months. To do this, to have it outright, can you speak to that a little bit?
Well, Matt, my guy here, he said, you know, every championship team has a stinker or two. And, you know, we really haven't had, you know, our consistency has been unbelievable, if you ask me. And that's a great credit to my staff and those players. But tonight was an eye-opener on what happens if you deviate from who you are, you know. And I think it's a good lesson for all of us. But when I do walk out of this room here and just sit by myself in my locker room for a minute, I said I thought it would take 4 or 5 losses would win the league, and we're at 3. We got 1 left, not far off anyway. But to win it outright now, you know, now we'll see if we can handle a little success, because I didn't like the way we handled it. You know, last night was tough. We watched the game, and you know, guys got excited. Of course, we got excited. I mean, you got to share for the league, but it's great to let them know that if you don't keep your eye on the prize, they can get away from you quick, because they played good and we played bad. And so when I get out of here, I'm going to say we played bad the first half. They played really good. Give them credit. But I think we showed some character. We challenged each other. Players got on players for the first time in a while, because we haven't had a lot of situations where we needed that. And so maybe this will be a positive for us. But damn, they played good, and they deserve more than they got out of this too.
Tom, defensively, where did you feel like you guys were able to turn that around in the second half? What were the, I don't know if adjustments, but just where were the improvements?
Yeah, you know, no, don't let any of my staff or me tell you there were these great offensive adjustments, or we changed a few things on the ball screen coverage, but for the most thing, it was real simple. It's really basic. It doesn't take anything, no analytics, no all this other crap. It took play harder. Trey Holloman, there were times nobody could get around him. You know, Jeremy, nobody could get around him. Thought our bigs played better. I thought we just played harder. And that first half, I mean, it was slip, layup. I don't know what they shot the first half. It seemed a lot better than it probably was. Oh, 48, that's pretty good. Not many people shoot 48 against us, so they deserved that. They cut us up pretty good, yes.
With so much emphasis on the NCAA tournament, do you think sometimes regular season titles get overlooked, not necessarily by you, but by just the general public, because there's so much energy into the NCAA tournament?
You guys can solve that. Just write about it. You guys are the guys that have the platform. But I do think that, you know, when I came up in this league, winning the Big Ten championship was the greatest thing in the world. And, you know, I it's sad because you go through 20 games, man. And Jess, you'd probably agree that that's the grind, you know, because you can win 3 games in the tournament, get lucky, because you can win 4 games and get to a Final Four. It's impressive, but it ain't like the grind of the 20 games that we just got done playing. And to stay as consistent as we have deserves more than I'm giving it right now, but more than people. I mean, unfortunately, I think we barely play basketball until the end of this month, you know, with the way football's gone and everything. It seems like basketball's taking a back seat. So maybe we as coaches got to do a better job. You as writers got to do a better job and let them know. I mean, that team, you know, my staff sat there and said, man, I mean, we felt for Sanford. I mean, we've enjoyed him. I give respect to people that I think are really good players and that play hard and that hang in there and fight through things. And I told them that after the game. So, yeah, I think Big Ten still means something to me. But it is harder when you play 3 teams twice and all that, you know, luck of the draw where you play them. But I don't have that many years left, so I'm going to just kind of say the Big Ten still matters to me, and it's going to matter to me until I walk out the door.
I was, when it came to defense in the second half, I mean, as prolific as they are offensively, how were you able to get them? I think they missed 7 shots, in like 7 or 8 possessions. They scored maybe 2 free throws, and that's it. And that's when you went on your run.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
Well, we've done, you know, we have done it all year. I mean, teams are shooting 27% against us. We've led the league in defense. We've been ranked in the nation. How did we do it? Believe it or not, it was really simple. We guarded somebody, and they're hard to guard, but we're good to guard too. And so it was their good offense against our good defense, and 2/3 of that game they kicked our butt, and we rallied. And I don't know. I got to watch the film to figure out why we got beat on so many of those, but I think it was good offense. I mean, I'm over bad defense, if I was to be honest with you.
You were mentioning the frustration, or you seeing a lot of the things being said. What would you kind of say to a lot of the Iowa fans who are maybe frustrated with Fran or frustrated with where the program is at?
You know, I look at some of the players he's had and what they've done, and you know, you get lucky and unlucky. I mean, I just went through a 3-year period where everybody wants to ship me out. I mean, it's just the way it is. You know, they don't have the resources here. I'm going to say what I think. They say what Fran thinks. I mean, everybody has different amounts of resources. They're not on the middle or high end. And people, I mean, I love Fran. You know, I think what he's gone through here with his own kids and everything, watch what you wish for. I've seen this happen in a couple of football programs close to us, and people better appreciate, you know, it's easy to throw stones. Everybody says, well, we're paying guys money now, so you should be able to win. Well, don't you think the rest of us are paying money? No different. And Randy's one of my favorite guys because he does speak his own piece, and you know, and he's very smart, and I know this. He's sticking around if it's up to me, because I need him. I need some of the guys that helped build this conference again, and he's one of them. And I think tonight proves it. I mean, we had everything to play for. They didn't have as much to play for. I'm supposed to be such a good coach. He kicked our butt for most of that time. So I'd say, what would I say to the people? I would say to the people that, like everything else in life, 10 or 15% of the people, Judd Heathcote said 10 or 15% of the people make enough noise to ruin a lot of things. And I don't think everybody feels that way, but I know what I think. I know what the coaching community thinks. That's all I can tell you. I watched it. I was 40 feet from it. He he got a lot left in the tank. I promise you that.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.